always do with a nice comfortable seat. Make yourself nice and tall. Stack this bad boy over. And just take a moment in that seat to notice how your body's feeling. So just notice the floor supporting you, your spine growing taller. And take a moment to notice what you might feel inside of your body. Areas that feel a little tight or tense. Areas that might feel open and relaxed. And then the spaces in your body that feel somewhere in between. Or maybe nothing at all. And then take a moment and notice how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Any thoughts or feelings lingering from life outside of this room. Just notice whatever's there. Allow yourself to acknowledge whatever it is that you find. And then gently let it go. Again, this release is not a bypassing or an invalidation of what you find. Simply allowing yourself to make space for you to be fully present with your body and your breath in this moment. When you're ready, take a moment to notice your breath, its qualities and characteristics in this moment, the way it sounds, the way it feels, its natural pace and rhythm in your body. And when you're ready, I want to invite you to begin to relax the muscles in your face. Relax your eyes, your cheekbones and jaw. Relax your mouth completely. Begin to release any tension from your neck and in your throat. Relax your shoulders, your upper back, and your chest, and all of the soft tissue in between. And then begin to release and soften the muscles along the rib cage, not only in the front of the body, but also in the back, and all of your abdominal and thoracic organs, your lungs, your heart. Just bring a softness inside of your body. Soften your belly. And begin breathing deeply and fully, noticing where the body expands. And using your exhale to release a little more. And perhaps your inhale begins in the belly, it blossoms into the ribs, the chest, and then maybe even the throat. And as you exhale, the throat and chest soften, the ribs gently draw into themselves, and the belly button might pull towards your spine. Whatever your breath looks like in this moment, allow it to be natural. Use your exhale to release more of that tension that might be holding your inhale back. Allow the breath to grow naturally and effortlessly. You can leave your hands on your legs. You can place the palms facing up, maybe even on top of each other in your lap, or bring them to your body, whatever feels good to you in this moment. Continue focusing on that dance between the body and the breath. Every round of breath growing a little bit more fluid and a little bit more free. And for your next few breaths, maybe you take an extra sip of breath at the top of your inhale. Noticing the extra expansion, that extra lift that that extra breath provides you as it expands all of your lungs. holding that ancient saying that he who only half breathes, only half lives. And we want to live fully and freely. As you continue breathing deeply and fully, every breath a little fuller than the last, bring your palms together in front of you with your thumbs pressing in towards your heart, and gently bow your head. As we continue cultivating that dance between the body and the breath, allow your mind to now drift to a point of gratitude. Someone or something that you are profoundly thankful for, that the mere thought of fills your heart, your very being, with ecstatic bliss. Use every inhale to magnify, to amplify that gratitude. And every exhale allowing you the opportunity to release everything else. In this moment, there is nothing that matters more than your body, your breath, and your joyful heart. Give yourself 3 more deep breaths here, full of that gratitude. One last deep, full breath. And whenever you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. Notice how you're feeling, and we'll get started. All right, stand up, sir.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're going to do a little bit of our unconventional warm-ups today before I bring you down to the ground for some deep hip stuff. So take your legs nice and wide. Ground through the inside and outside of your feet, the heel of your foot. What we're going to do here is inhale the arms up in that arch. Start to bend the knee to the side you come to. Bend the other, bring yourself to the other side. So here you're going to find yourself in a horse stance at the bottom. Keeping yourself as low as you can, using your breath to guide you. Notice what you're feeling as you lengthen through the spine, ground through the feet, and open those hips, engaging the thighs and the glutes to really support you in the movement. Slow and controlled. Notice what you're feeling. Beautiful. And give yourself 2 more here. And when you get to the top of the next one, we're going to gently change directions.
I didn't think about that one first.
And you can always adjust your stance, making it wider or shorter, noticing what you feel. Reaching through the hands, grounding through the feet. Give yourself 2 or 3 more here. Beautiful. And then come to the top, bring your palms together, exhale them down your midline. Hinge at the hip and bring a long back down toward the ground, hands on the floor. You can also use your blocks. Heel toe your legs a little bit closer to you. And here we're going to move in and out of a deep squat. So turn the toes out, bend your knees, drop your bum. Find your deep squat, Balasana. Beautiful. Bring the hands to the ground, point the toes forward. Press the hips toward the ceiling, straightening the legs, empty them out. Lengthen your back. Beautiful. Exhale, turn the toes out, bring yourself down into that deep squat again. And we're just going to do a few of these at your own pace. Linger where it feels good, and otherwise use your breath to move you in and out of the poses. Beautiful. Noticing that openness in the back of the legs as you press the hips toward the sky, and the openness in the hips, and lengthen the spine as you come down into that deep squat. Again, lingering in anywhere that feels good, shifting around in positions that might help to open you up. Beautiful. One more of each. Find yourself in that forward fold. Again, straighten the legs out as much as you want, but pressing the hips toward the ceiling is key here. Maybe grab onto opposite elbows and release your neck completely. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you just hang. But notice the openness in the back of the legs and the ability of your spine to slowly begin to decompress. Give yourself one more breath here. And then when you're ready, bend your knees gently, slowly roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling the shoulders a couple of times as you get to the top. Beautiful. And then come to the top of your mat. And we've done this one before. Feet are going to be hip distance apart. And we're going to do, you can start with just like a little bend of the knee. Notice how that feels. Engage the muscles around and above the knee to support them so they're not doing all the work. And then we're going to inhale the hands up as we turn to one direction and then the other. Beautiful. Lengthening through the spine, grounding through the feet, using your breath. Excellent. And just let this feel good as you gently twist, as you gently open up your shoulders, warming up the legs and your upper body. Beautiful. Squeezing your glutes a little bit at the top to let them know they've got some work to do today. Give yourself maybe 3 more to each side. And whenever you're even on both sides, letting yourself come to center, maybe bringing your hands to your body for a moment, noticing how you feel. And then we're going to inhale the arms up. As you exhale, hinge at the hip, long back, come into that forward fold once more. The knees can be as bent or straight as you want them to be. Inhale up to a slightly flat back, coming onto your fingertips. Exhale back down into that forward fold. Again, inhale up to that flat back, pulling the belly button in towards your spine. And exhaling back down. One last time, inhale to flat back. And exhale into that forward fold, the deepest expression you've been able to find yet. Pressing the hips up. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to step the right foot back. And you're going to heel toe your left foot out toward the outer edge of your mat. And here you're going to find your runner's lunge or your lizard pose, and we're going to hang out here for a minute And maybe rock back and forth, side to side. Notice what you might feel in that right hip flexor, the front of your right thigh. And maybe you use your blocks on the ground, and maybe you drop your forearms down. Beautiful. Keep that back leg firmly engaged. Holding this here for a few rounds of breath, lengthening through the spine. Maybe you turn your left toes out a little bit and start to turn your foot over to the side, opening up that left hip even more. And you can rock here, you can make circles here, or you can just hang out. Notice what you feel. Keep the spine nice and long. Beautiful. Give yourself a few breaths. We're going to hang out. Again, moving or wiggling if that feels good. Listening to your body. We'll do one more breath here. And when you're ready, you'll come back onto the palms. You'll roll that foot back to center and step it back to a plank. Take a moment, engaging your core here, squeezing your glutes. And step that right leg to the outside of your mat. Again, engaging the back left leg. Beautiful. And we're going to hang out here for a minute. Again, shifting side to side or making circles with the hips gently. Noticing how you feel. And maybe you take your hands and you drop the forearms to the ground. Lengthen through the back. Keep that back leg fully active. Beautiful. Holding this for a couple of breaths. Feeling that openness, that brightness in that left hip flexor now. And when you're ready, turn the right toes out slightly. Roll that right foot onto its side and open up that right hip deeply. Again, moving in any way that might feel good, help you release that tension that you find. Keeping that back leg fully active. Excellent. Give yourself a couple more breaths here. Whenever you're ready, bring the hands back into the palms, pressing into them, bringing your foot to the floor, and gently stepping back into that plank once more. Squeezing the glutes, lengthening through the spine, engaging your core. Step the left foot to the outside of the mat again. And this time we're going to shift the right hand in a little bit so it's directly under your right chest. And inhale that left arm up, finding a gentle twist. Opening that left shoulder a little bit. Beautiful. Stay grounding through your back leg and your front foot. Give yourself one more breath here. And then exhale that hand gently down. See if you can bring that left foot in to find a pigeon pose. So the left heel can come as back as towards your hip as you want it to. Beautiful. Know that in the future, working it into a wider angle increases the depth of the stretch. But for today, you can bring that heel as close to your right hip flexor as you want. Find a nice tall back here. Keep that back right leg fully active. So press the top of that right foot into the ground. Squeeze that right glute. Notice how that helps you to keep your hips nice and square. And then maybe you walk the hands out a little bit to find a lazy pigeon. Maybe you let your head hang down toward the ground, keeping that back leg active, opening that left outer hip. Beautiful. Taking a few more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, walk the hands back onto the palms, pressing into that length in that spine once again. And when you're ready, dig those right toes into the ground. Press into your palms, lift the hips up, and send that left leg back into that plank pose. Beautiful. Taking one breath here, engaging the whole body. And then stepping the right leg up to the outside of your mat. Moving that left hand a little bit inward and inhaling the right arm up as you reach and lengthen. Active in that back leg. Gently twisting the spine as you lengthen it. Beautiful. Give yourself 2 more breaths here. Whenever you're ready, you can exhale that arm down and see if you can move that right foot into that pigeon pose again. Letting the right heel come towards the left hip flexor, keeping that back left leg fully active. Excellent. Lengthening the spine here. Noticing the squareness of the hips being assisted by that active back leg. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to exhale yourself slowly down, finding a resting position. Opening up that right hip. Feeling a deep stretch in the outer thigh. Beautiful. Just a few more breaths here in this resting pigeon pose. And whenever you're ready, walking those hands back, lengthening the spine, taking 1 or 2 breaths here, getting a little bit taller. Pressing those left toes into the floor, lifting the hips and bringing the right foot back. Come into downward dog. So lift the hips back and up. Let the head and the chest come between the arms. Maybe walk the dog, bending one knee and then the other. Just straighten one leg at a time. Opening up the back of the legs. Knowing that sometimes the tightness in our hips is exacerbated by the tightness in our hamstrings. Give yourself a few more breaths there. And when you're ready, we're going to lift the right foot. Find your 3-legged dog. Bend that knee. Try and keep the hips as square as you can. As you bend the knee, the right hip opens. And maybe you give it just a few circles. Extend that leg again after you finish your circling. And then as you exhale, shift forward, bring the knee underneath you. Come onto your left tippy toes and bring that right knee towards your tricep. Inhale it back up to 3-legged dog. Exhale that knee back towards your tricep. Engaging the core. Noticing what needs to happen for you to get it there. One last time. Inhaling it up. Exhale to the tricep. Keep it here for a couple of breaths. Pressing through the hands. Core fully engaged. And then we'll inhale it back. Reaching up with that leg. And exhaling that leg down to the ground. Finding yourself in downward dog. Pressing the floor away from you as you press your hips up and back. Holding this for 1 more breath. Whenever you're ready, inhale the left leg up. Keeping the hips square, bending the knee, and giving that hip a few circles. After your third circle, extend the leg again. And then exhale, shift forward, come onto your right tiptoes, bring the left knee toward the left tricep. Inhale it back and hop again. Exhale the knee back to the tricep. Beautiful, one last time. Inhaling it up. Exhaling knee to tricep, holding it for a few breaths if you can. Noticing what has to happen to make this possible. When you're ready, inhale that leg up one last time. Exhale the knee underneath you, bring the left foot in between your hands. Inhale up to a warrior one. The foot can be on the ball or slightly turned out. Keep your hips and your chest facing the front of your mat. Ground strong through that back leg. One last inhale here. When you're ready, exhale the hands to the ground. And see about kicking that right leg back up. Keeping a gentle bend in the left knee. And here, maybe we try and lift our chest to find warrior three. Long in the spine, engage the glute. Just a couple of breaths here. Notice what you're feeling. And when you're ready, exhale the hands back down. You're going to bring the right hand a little bit towards center and add and inhale the left arm up, finding your revolving half moon. Beautiful. Hold this for one breath. Bend that right knee. See if you can grab the outside of the left foot. You're going to come across the top, the front of the foot to do that. And here's where things are going to get tricky. Walk the right hand out just a little bit toward the right. Start to bend the left knee and bring the left foot or the left leg straight in front of you. Baby grasshopper, baby. Yeah. Now the tricky part is being able to get back up. Ground through that left foot and see if you can find your revolving moon again. And just exhale that hand down to the ground. Let that right foot float down. Find your forward fold. Shake your hips out. Bend your legs a little bit. Notice how you feel. And inhale yourself up. Why not? Let the hands come together. Exhale them down your midline. You did something brand new. Hands stop at the heart. Taking a breath here. Noticing how you feel. When you're ready, hinge at the hip, find your forward fold. Stepping the left foot back this time. And inhaling up into your warrior one. Again, the foot can stay on the ball or it can turn out. Make sure that you're grounding through that back leg. Taking a few breaths here in warrior one. Tall and strong and reaching, fully grounded. Exhale the hands down to the ground whenever you're ready. And see about taking that left leg up a little bit. Gentle bend stays in the right leg. Maybe bring that left hand in a little. Oh wait, no, lift your chest, find warrior three. Squeeze the left glute. Ground through the right foot. Lengthen through your spine. One more breath here. Beautiful. Exhale the hands down. Bring the left hand in a little bit. Exhale, gently twist. Bringing the right hand up. Holding it here for a minute. Not a minute, a breath or two. Bend that left knee. See about grabbing the front of the foot and walking your hand to the outside. Walk the left hand out a little bit. Begin bending that right knee as you drop your butt down. Kick the left foot out so that it comes out and in front of you. Baby grasshopper on the other side. Beautiful. Yes. One more breath here and then lift that hip. Find there. Do whatever it takes to get there. We're not standing on ceremony here. Exhale that left leg down, the right hand to the mat. Find your forward fold. Killing it, boss.
That was awesome.
Well done. Hang out here for a minute. Do something that feels good. Shifting the hips, rocking the shoulders, bending the knees. Notice how you're feeling. And then inhale, bend the knees, press through the feet, and lift your sternum. Hands come together. Exhale them down the midline, stopping at the heart. Noticing how you feel. How you feeling? Yes. Checking the time, because we're professionals over here, only so much time. All right. The journey continues. Okay, so here this is going to be a bit of a balance pose in addition to the hip opener. You can face me. We're going to shift all our weight into the left foot, so pick your right heel up a little bit. I'm mirroring you. Keep a gentle bend in the knee always. You don't want to lock it out. It's too much pressure on the knee. Engage that left hip. So squeeze that glute. We're going to bring the right ankle to the left thigh. And maybe your hands can come to prayer pose. And maybe you can bend that left knee. Beautiful. And maybe you see, lengthen through your spine and see if you can touch. Bring the outside of the foot closer to the outside of your thigh. Maybe you can touch your elbow to your foot and then come back up. And do that 2 more times. Exhale, hinge at the hip, lengthen the spine. Turn that elbow toward the foot. Right foot, yeah. Beautiful. Excellent recovery. One last time, come down. And gentle twist, gentle. Don't take it too serious. Exhale the feet down, shake it out.
That's what I like about balancing.
Yeah, it makes it a little fun. It's a reminder. It's not that serious. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to shift all the weight into the right foot. So pick up your left foot. Pick up your right heel. Keep a gentle bend in that left leg. Squeeze the left glute. Oh wait, no, wrong one. You got it right. I'm giving the wrong cues. Right leg, left heel up. Bring your left ankle to your right thigh. You want the outside of the foot to come up against the outside of the thigh. It means you have to twist a little bit less. When you're ready, begin to bend into chair pose. Lengthen the spine, gentle twist, bringing the left elbow to the left foot. Inhale back up. Whoa. Yeah. Exhaling, hinging at the hip again. Gentle twist, keeping the spine long. Beautiful. And then one last time. Hinging at the hip. Gentle twist. And inhaling up. Releasing that leg, shaking it out. All right. Time for grasshopper. And if we don't get it, we don't get it. And if we do, we'll have fun trying. All right. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to shift all your weight into the left foot. Pick up that right heel. Bring the right ankle, just like we have been, so that the foot comes to the outside of the thigh. Lengthen your spine. And begin to turn and bring your hands to the ground. There's also the option to use blocks here. You want to find your right foot on the back of your right arm, right? And so the blocks we'll use like this, about shoulder distance apart. We can shift them as needed.
Hopping grasshopper.
So that hopping grasshopper, they do that. That's true. And I'll use the blocks too so that I can demo for you. So. Foot's here. We begin bending the knee. Bringing the hands onto the blocks. Finding that Hasta Bandha. Pressing into the fingers and the palms. Let your toes kind of grip the back. And here's where we're gonna start shifting forward. I don't like it with the blocks personally. Huh.
It kind of is like too weird of a distance with the blocks.
Yeah. And then as you shift forward, see if you can pick up and kick out that left, that right, left, that left leg. Forget I'm nearing you. This is my weak
I
side.
always get left and right and stuff. So it's even more confusing. No, not really. Okay, so this.
Yeah, like that.
Might be easier.
Shifting, and then kicking. One side is going to be easier than the other. And it's all about the play. So even if all we get today is to, and we can start down in this low squat. Lift the outside arm up and bring it over so that we're stretching the ribs out before that foot finds the back of the arm. And this bent leg, this grounded leg, the bottom of that thigh is going to kind of press into that elbow. And you got to lift the hips. Look. Lift the hips. Lift the hips. And shift forward as much as you need to, like you're peering over that cliff, like when we did crow. It's a lot. It's a challenge, I promise.
You gotta try one more time.
Yes, try it. You could do it.
This way. Okay.
So,
Outside.
come down, let your hands find the ground, just normal. Lift up the outside right hand, reach over, and let the foot find as high of a spot up the arm as it can. Begin shifting and lift the hips, so press into that grounded foot, lift your hips up as high as possible. Find that hasta bandha in your hand.
I had it for a second.
The trying and the failing is half the fun.
Yeah.
Make sure you try the other side again too. Alright, so the foot's on the outside of the thigh. You find your funky little squat. You lift up that outside arm. Beautiful. Gripping with the foot, lift the hips. Shift forward, shift forward. Here, face me while you do it. Yes. You did the extra challenging turnaround.
I could have just put.
I like it. All right, bring the hands to the ground as you bend the knee. Lift that outside arm up and arch it over. Nope, other side. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Now, yep. Walking that hand as far up the arm as you can, gripping. Yes, like that. Lift the hips. Now look forward like you're looking over a cliff. Yes! You got some hang time. That's the beginning. That's where it all starts. That's it. That's the beginning of it. Do it again. You can pick a side, any side. You did it. You floated.
I gotta try it on this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Foot comes to the outside of the thigh. You bend into your funky little squat. Take that outside arm and bring it over. Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. Just like that. Bring the foot to the tops of the arm. Lift the hips. Shift. Yes! You're getting it. So again, the biggest thing, find my funky little squat. the biggest thing, keeping the foot flexed so it can stay engaged. And when you bring your hand over, working really hard to get the foot as high up the leg as you can. And then pressing into that grounded foot. So if you start from down here and you try and lean, you don't have a lot of space, right? If you lift the hips and then start shifting.
Lift before you lean.
Lift before you lean, for sure. And, you know,
I just want to make sure, to try to see if I can do it without the standing part too.
yeah. Flex that foot. Yes. And try and bring it up a little bit further so that you want your foot on just the outside of the thigh.
Yeah.
When you bring your arm over, you try and bend down. You want a little bit of elbow left for this thigh to kind of maybe have to brush up against. Lifting the hips before you try and tilt yourself. Outside arm comes over. Walk that foot. Yes. Beautiful. Press it firm into the arm. Lift your hips. And now look forward. Yes. Lift those hips. Lift those hips. You're getting it. You're getting it. Part of it too is finding that kind of like the comfort with that, oh shit, I'm gonna fall, right? And so sometimes you can come into a plank position, or you can even keep the knees down and just shift, 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 shift. Use the finger, that hasta bandha, as a break, and come back. And shift, 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 shift. And sometimes it's getting used to that feeling too.
Yeah.
There's so much happening here. In the wrists, in the ankles. Try it on my weaker side again. And keeping in mind that what you're doing at the very top there, just standing with the ankle on, that's a whole asana on its own, which is challenging for a lot of people, right? So, and part of it is also not rushing, taking your time. Nope, you were right the first time. Yep, bring that outside arm over. Work to get that elbow below the foot. Yep, bring the foot to just the outside edge of the leg. Beautiful. You can bring it a little bit further.
Further up?
Yep. So to me, no, not up, out.
Oh.
Yeah, right there, right there, right there. Flex that foot strong. See how it almost like hinges or like hits, like holds the thigh.
I like the ball of the...
It's a lot. And I'm going to post this on the YouTube.
Oh, cool.
You could go and I'll send you the link if you want. You can practice and play with this at home.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's a lot. It's a lot.
I definitely... This is awesome.
I'm so glad. I thought you might dig it. All right, inhale that arm up, stretch as you twist, let it feel good. Take your time and savor every bit. Fight to get that elbow below the foot.
Getting out of it's kind of fun too.
Yeah, no, yeah, rocking with it. And that's the point, right? Is to to meet challenges and be able to meet challenges with a sense of levity. To be, pushing yourself, but not with a negative connotation. Look forward as you look down. Press into the fingertips. Yes.
Oh, that was really close.
It was really close. You are getting it. Again, a lot of it too is adjusting the nervous system to what's happening.
Yeah.
Your brain is like, holy shit, we're gonna fall down, right? And it thinks that you need to panic. So part of it is just getting okay with the idea that, okay, well, if I fall down, I'm gonna fall down and I'll laugh about it and it'll be over, right? It's not that serious, it's okay. How you feeling?
Good.
Good. Yay!
Vibrant.
Challenge is met. All right. Let's warm your hip or cool your hips down a little bit. So we're gonna find a seat on the ground. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh is right. That's the right word. And bring your legs out in front of you. Just kind of shake them. Maybe massage behind the knees, the bottom of the thighs, the top of the calves. If that feels good. If those are tight. And we've done like a lot of external rotations. We're gonna take the left leg and you're gonna kind of bring it into hero's pose. The top of your foot is maybe on the ground if it can be. You can leave one leg in front of you. And then you can bring the other one out. The right leg will come next to the body. Pressing the top of the foot into the floor, flexing the foot in front. Beautiful. And then maybe you see about shifting both legs. And they can either be underneath you, or you can have your ankles apart, whatever feels good in the body. Just notice that internal rotation. And then you can come up whenever it feels good to come up. Maybe sit on top of your heels. Taking a moment to close your eyes and take a few breaths, noticing what you feel in your body. And then just bring yourself back to a normal seat. And we're going to bend our knees so we can find a 90-90 or a deer pose, whatever you want to call it. Both your knees bent. And maybe you turn slightly toward that front bent knee. And maybe you shift down a little bit. Noticing where it feels good and lingering there. Pressing up whenever you're ready and then shifting to the other side. Picking the knees up, dropping them in the other direction, turning toward that front staggered knee, and maybe bending down toward it. And it's worth noting as we do this from one side to the other that using blocks might be for you. It gives you a little bit more space. At home you can also, or here, I forgot to offer you a pillow. You can use a pillow. Just in case it helps, tell the mind it's okay if I face plant. Right? There's a pillow to catch me.
I won't break my nose.
That's exactly right. And just coming back up, one more in each direction. Breathing deeply and fully. Coming to the last side, one last time. And coming forward. And we're going to come onto our hands and knees real quick. What we're going to do, because we had our wrists extended so much, right? Take your hands and curl them so that you're on top of your hands with the fingers pointing toward each other. And now if you shift your weight back so that your butt comes towards your heels, it'll take a little bit of weight off your wrists. So you can play with how much weight your wrist can take here in flexion. And maybe you bend your elbows. Maybe you curl your fingers. Just play with a little bit of movement here. Releasing and relaxing those muscles in the hands and wrists that we've been working so hard. And then whenever you're ready, you can have a regular seat. Just give yourself some wrist rolls. Stretching the arms up, giving yourself a little back bend. How are we feeling?
Good.
all is yours. Yeah, you worked hard today, boss. And just take a moment with your hands on your body or on the ground with the palms facing up. Notice how you're feeling. Like the heat around you, because you went from moving a lot to not moving at all. I don't want you getting cold. And take a moment to scan your body for how it feels. Notice any areas of tightness or tension that might still be there. Notice any areas that feel alive and open and good. And then notice those spaces in your body that feel somewhere in between or feel nothing at all. Take a moment now to notice how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Notice any thoughts or feelings lingering from the life outside of this room. And notice any thoughts or feelings that came up for you during the practice about you, your body, your ability, or anything at all. Whatever you notice, positive or negative, excitement or anxiety, praise or criticism, whatever is there, allow yourself to acknowledge it. And then allow yourself to gently let it go. Thoughts and feelings and stories have their place, but this is not the moment. Releasing them, allowing yourself to become fully present in this moment. Not focused on what's already happened or what's to come, but simply what is. And notice your breath. The way that it sounds and feels, its natural rhythm and pace in this moment. Begin relaxing the muscles in your face, your jaw, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth if it's there. Release any tension in your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, and your chest. Soften those muscles in the rib cage and in the belly as you begin breathing freely and deeply. Notice where your body lifts and expands in response to your breath. And for the next few moments, I'm going to leave you in silence with your body, your breath, and perhaps a grateful, joyful heart. Keep breathing deeply and fully, your eyes closed. Bring your hands on top of one another to your heart. Taking our few deep breaths here, grateful for this body, grateful for this life. Keeping the eyes closed and the breath full, bring your palms together, pressing your thumbs in towards your heart. And if you'd like, taking 1, 2 more deep, full breaths full of gratitude before chanting Om 3 times. Whenever you're ready, blinking your eyes open, coming back into this world that eagerly awaits you. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Well fucking done. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks for hanging out, bud.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you very much.
You're so very welcome. I hope that you dug it so much.
I did. Thanks for the Grasshopper.
Yeah. Yeah. You fucking nailed the fucking baby. Right? And so that's one where a lot of people just bust their ass even the first several times trying that one, and you really fucking nailed it. Which is why I was like, we're going to the full Grasshopper. He could do it. And you did. You got some hang time a little bit on both sides. Right? So it's just a matter of playing with it some more.
Definitely.
Getting comfortable with gripping the arm with the arm with the foot. You know, and you'll have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, it's funny because I started like integrating in my workout routine that kind of baby Grasshopper thing.
Yeah.
To begin with, like, but mostly just
almost like for like a dragon pistol squat sort of thing.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of things on Instagram. With,
Yeah.
Like, calisthenics and stuff. It was
Right. Yeah. Super fun. I dig it. Look at that convergence. I like it.
Mix that with yoga and qigong.
Well-rounded.
Yeah.
I like it so much. Well, let him really know that she was really missed.
Okay.
And I hope to see her next time.
You should.
And